When you were a kid,
Yeah,
you wore dresses
made out of
feed sacks.
Like Daddy would go buy feed, and Mother would say, "Buy this material," and she'd save a piece from the sack, and he would have to pick that feed.
He would get this particular brand because the cloth it was wrapped in was good for making dresses for
our
daughter.
Shirts for my brother.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
My kids don't even call me, and you know son's taking you out. I said, that's right. I got the yards looking good.
Don't they look so good?
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Everything's green.
Yeah, the lilies and stuff are about to pop out.
Amaryllis. All right, excited.
Okay, so what's our mission for our first thing? We're going to go to Headland and get a business license?
Yeah. To have my little booth, I need a business license.
Oh, wow.
You got a thing going now.
Yeah.
Lord. Okay, I better be careful what I say.
Miss Glenda pulled up on charges resulting from YouTube video with son complaining about Headland speed limits.
And I'm going to the city. How about picking up guns out there? Would that be fun?
No.
No. Need one of those things.
We got enough pecans to pick up in our own yard.
Yeah, I'll never pick any of them. That's the funeral home I want to use right there.
Okay.
Oman.
Okay.
Oman Funeral Home.
Why do you say that?
Just so you know.
Okay.
And that's because I want to use that paddock. They do a better job on the bodies. That's something to know in case something happens to both of us.
Okay, I agree.
Oman Funeral Home. Yeah. We don't need a camera, I just need my money.
Rustic by design? Oh, look at that. I love it.
Oh, it says 11. It's not here yet.
What time is it?
10. Yeah, she's not here yet. So
Okay, cool.
We'll have to come back.
Yay, let's do that.
Okay. We'll, come back later. I thought they were open till, they started at 9, but no, she's got some cute stuff.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Our day has begun.
Yeah. All right. We got a dance here. Here we go. Oh. Where to do next? You tell me.
Okay. I put Old Home Place.
Old home place.
And the cemetery is where Mom and Daddy's buried. But go by my old home place out in the country where you used to stand up in the truck.
I used to stand up in the truck. That sounds fun.
And you love going with Daddy.
Yeah, tell me memories of of growing up or the farm or me in the back of the truck with your dad or what memories come to mind.
Oh, just they won't be all in succession. They'll be sporadic. I guess working in the fields and growing up as a little girl, since I was the first girl after 4 boys, I had to polish all the shoes and iron all the clothes for everybody on Sunday. So I did start that on Saturday. And then in the later years, when some of the boys had left, I was old enough, I was in the 4th grade, I started sewing. And I won the Dale County Apron Review the first year I entered. Mother taught me how to sew, and she had this fancy machine and had stitches on it where you could make funny lines, So I made my first apron and took it up there to Ozark, and I won. And my number was 13.
Oh, really?
So ever since then, I've always picked my lucky number is 13.
Oh, okay.
After that, I started making me a dress every week to wear to church. So we had to clean house, get ready to do that so I could go buy me some material. And I'd get it Saturday, and I'd wear it to church Sunday.
Okay, so on Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
you would gather, you would have some material, and before church started on Sunday morning, you had made a dress.
Yeah.
You had, and you had taken it. I imagine at that time you tried to store up little things like
yeah.
lace and stuff so that you would have it when you would need it and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
That,
wow.
just like I do now.
Oh, wow.
So I'd get a pattern and I'd make, but I couldn't make it without a pattern. Mother could, but I couldn't.
Okay.
And I still can't. But I just have fond memories of Mother helping me learn how to sew.
Oh, wow. Well, now, your mom was one of the leading seamstresses in all of the area, right?
Yeah, she was, and she was the alteration lady at Claudine. We had Mother and I had a bond about that. Then I started then I had home ec in high school,
Right.
and I had to make a suit and all that kind of stuff, so I had to learn how to really get with it.
So that, you know, that's interesting that in your home economics class, then one of the tasks was not to learn to sew,
No.
but make a suit.
Right.
That was what they were teaching, like in regular old home economics,
Yeah,
like
and
make a suit.
Like the last year.
Oh, wow.
I think there was like 2 years on there. In the first year, we learned how to do table settings,
Uh-huh.
how to set the table right, and how to cook.
Right.
And then we would have a class of sewing, but
Right.
we wouldn't make a suit the first year.
Right.
We made just like a pair of pants or
Right.
a blouse. And then the next year was the year we had to make a suit. And some people struggled with it, but I didn't. I didn't have to get Mother to help me. But and ever since then, I just always liked to sew. And I used to sew for the public when I was here,
Right.
but I kind of got out of that because it's hard to please people, and too, they don't want to pay you for what you do.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is. One of the things that was interesting to me is like with all of your embroidery work and all the different things you do, it becomes very obvious that if you think that profit's a motive for you doing anything, it never has been, it can't be, because
There's too many things you have to use.
Yeah.
Besides your time, you
Right.
got your backing and your thread and your machine to use. And so you don't do it. I do it as my passion.
Right.
Another memory from growing up is going to the fields, and my brother Donnell was 2 years younger than me, and he didn't have to do what we did, but he would go to sleep on our dog named Tag at the end of the road.
Right.
And then after he did that, got a little older, he started driving the tractor. He was about 7.
Okay.
Or he might have been younger, I don't know. Anyway, he was spoiled, and so was my sister. Nita was 8 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And we had she didn't like me to fix her hair. She said I pulled her hair.
Right.
But anyway, I always tried to pick out her clothes, and she didn't like that either.
All right.
She wanted to wear something else.
Right.
And she'd say, "Oh, you're pulling my hair, oh, you're pulling my hair." But anyway, I always tried to keep her pretty dressed up.
Right.
But now, she tells me what to do.
Amen, right?
My sister.
Right.
In high school, I had my business classes, which were bookkeeping and typing and shorthand.
Right.
And I used that throughout my business career.
Oh, yeah.
And ended up being an office manager for Square D Company.
Oh, yeah.
But we all are going the same place. We're going to her heavenly home.
Right. Right.
And be glad to see her. And my mom and my daddy and my brothers.
Yeah.
Andy would ask me what I was getting him for Christmas. Well, I wouldn't tell him, but Nita would.
Oh, yeah.
And she would be there
Right.
and want to be right in the middle of whatever Andy and I were doing.
Okay.
I dated him.
Okay.
And she would always tell him, oh, you're getting the same thing that Leon and Laverne are getting.
Okay.
And he'd say, well, what do they get?
Uh-huh.
And she'd tell him.
Okay.
So it was never a surprise.
I guess that was a point of irritation for you.
No.
No.
You were born, we'd go up to Mom and Daddy's for dinner or whatever, and you would want to spend the night. We'd let you spend the night, and you'd go wherever Daddy went the next day, you would go. And we'd see you come home and ride in the side of the truck, standing up next to Daddy.
That's so much fun, you know.
Yeah.
She was a good partner.
And then I remember after they moved to the new house up in Pinker, you and Michael and Charles would spend the night. Sometimes Maud too. Y'all would all spend the night. She'd fix whatever y'all wanted for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
If it was something different, it was. And then I remember Granny, you come into Granny B's and spend the night. The whole world was yours, whatever you wanted. Whatever you wanted. My daddy was real strict. And he had this razor strap. He used to flip on my brothers if they didn't do something right.
Right.
Or if they got in trouble.
Right.
And I remember hiding that razor strap because I didn't like to see them.
Right.
And my daddy always tried to get a haircut. He didn't like it. Or if I made straight A's, he'd tell me to do better next time.
Oh, that's great.
If I'd ask him for a quarter, he'd give me a nickel.
Oh,
So I
really?
learned if I wanted a quarter, I better ask for $1.
Ah, there you go.
So-
Wow.
So Mother ended up going to work, and she would be the one that would make sure I had a new dress to wear to church. Because before then, we had to use feed sacks.
That's
She
just-
made them sure.
That is amazing. I would love to have pictures of that.
Yeah,
Wow.
she did.
I get it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt
And
it
then
at
I
all.
tried making leisure suits for Daddy,
Oh, did you?
and he wore them a time or two, but I don't think he wanted to wear them.
So there's a picture of him in
In
like
a leisure suit.
and you made that?
Yes.
No, I
I
think
did.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
think I remember that. You pinned
We
it
were
all
in
other kinds
Cloverdale.
of places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
We got to pull up pictures of that.
Yeah.
So tell me about this road. Where we
Okay,
heading? We're gonna cross the highway
over
here.
And I'm hoping I'll remember where it is. I think I will.
So is this Brannon Stan Road?
Yeah, this is Brandon Stan Road. But there's a cut through that comes out there at the forks where I had my wreck,
Okay.
where Leon was driving, and me and Linda Ann and was in the car, and both of us were in the back seat. And I went through the windshield, or my head hit the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
Seat came up, and she hit the back seat of his, and she lost 2 front teeth.
In the back, is it light,
Yeah,
dark?
and it was dark. It was wet. We had been to Kelly Springs swimming. We had
Okay.
picked up Peggy Ann, and we were taking Linda Ann home, and he had forgotten. So I said, "Don't forget to take Linda Ann home."
Uh-huh.
And he slid on the gravel, and we went right in the ditch in the
Oh.
middle of the forks. And they don't have that forks anymore.
Right.
Cut through.
Okay, so this is a cut-through road that's always been a dirt road?
Yeah,
And
it comes out at that forks, and right past Billboy Edwards house.
where did you live in
Right to the
relation
left
to
of that, about a mile
that? Left of where?
before we come out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, so we're
they
gonna come
cut
out.
out going that way and down and back up.
Okay. Remember, like, where were you born? Were you born in a hospital?
At home.
Born at home? Do you remember any, drama about your birth
No.
or anything like that? You remember any stories or anything?
I just remember growing up as a kid and playing. I would get an orange and maybe a little dog.
Right.
One year I got a bicycle,
Yeah.
but you didn't get much. And we wouldn't go to shopping until the day before.
Right.
So we'd go to Ozark shopping then
Yeah.
when I was little. Then after Mother started working, we'd go to Dothan. But see, this is just old country road
Yeah.
and lots of crops and stuff grown out here. Bill Edwards and all them, Rex. And Daddy had land behind our house, and then he rented some land from Mr. Walden and things are go up there and pick cotton and stuff. And we helped pick cotton for another family.
Dad told me about how Mr. Walden helped Papa.
Yeah, he did.
Tell me about what you remember about that.
He was the county agent, I believe, when he was called, and or either the Farm Bureau man. I think the Farm Bureau man, and he would just always help Daddy with the crop. He'd get him to help him with the crop. We would always go up there every year for the 4th of July and have a picnic.
Yeah.
And the whole family would go. And Daddy would always be the president of the Farm Bureau Bank.
Oh, your dad would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dad was always
Well,
very popular.
what was Farm Bureau?
It
Is
was
that
like
is that a governmental agency?
no,
No?
it was just a local Dale County Farm Bureau.
Okay, so it's like a group of farmers
Yeah.
that tried to get together and
Right,
organize
they have
and share
that
information.
now.
Okay.
Yeah. But Daddy was the president, and he would get us all together, and he'd preside and do all the business.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And Daddy used to teach square dance. Did you know that?
So I kind of heard a little about that one
Yeah.
time.
He
Tell
and
me
Mother
more.
would go and he'd
Yeah.
dress
Yeah.
with their petticoats, and he'd call it. He'd tell them what to do, do-si-do, or
No
great
way.
your partner. Yes, he was great.
No
I
way.
can remember going and sitting and watching them. Yeah.
What did you think about? What
I
was
wanted
it?
to be a home economics teacher.
Oh, okay.
But Daddy wouldn't pay for me to go to Auburn because Andy was there. So he said, I'll pay for you to go to Troy, but I'm not paying for you to go to Auburn. So I just went to
Oh,
work.
so they were trying to keep you and Andy away from each other?
Well, they just didn't want me to go there. They didn't think we'd work good till
You'd be too busy kissing and hugging.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, that's fun. I'll get a job at Fort Rucker. I think
Yeah.
it was like,
I had a great job at Fort Rucker. I was at the Steno Pool one time.
yeah.
And neighbor, Sherry Edwards, it worked. I said, this is work. This is the road. You turn left and go to my house.
Oh, wow. So back in the day, everything was dirt roads, right?
Yeah.
And so this was just another dirt road.
But it's much nicer than it
Used to be. Oh, wow. So,
And right in there's where we had the accident. Right?
okay, all right, right there, okay.
Yeah, we'll come back that way.
Wow.
And you know what I used to do when I'd get off the bus right there at that fork, and I had to walk to my piano lesson.
Oh, really?
You probably never knew this.
Uh-uh.
My piano teacher lived about half a mile or a little over half a mile.
Right.
And I walked to her house. This is where Bill Boy lives.
Okay.
He used to live there.
Okay.
That's where he grew up. And he and his mother and his daddy and would always drive the bus.
Okay.
And you're going to turn right down here to go to my old place. So that dirt road may not be in existence. It was last time we came out this way. I don't know who lives. Oh, I think that one of the girls lives there. One of Bill's girls, Wanda lives there. No, not Wanda. Lisa.
Used to be a lot bigger than it is
Yeah.
now.
Now this used to be. We've already passed it. Yeah, this is here. We missed the road.
Yeah.
We can go on up here and find it.
Okay.
This is where Sally lives. That's where Cherry lives.
Okay.
And Sally was doing sewing, but I think her mind is getting bad. See,
Sewing house.
yes, I think she's about sewed out. But the busier you can stay with your mind, the better it is. So the first right we have going into the subdivision is where we'll turn and go back into there and find where our old fish ponds were. But I ain't gonna see his right. This entrance down here, yeah. And they took the land where Daddy's house behind Daddy's house, and they built subdivisions back in here.
So this is a neighborhood that was built on your land?
Some of
your
our
old
land.
Some
yeah,
of
our
your
land
old
is
land.
up
Still
up
further
that way.
back
Yeah.
this way?
Yeah. We'll see. The house is still standing,
Oh, really?
and I think somebody lives in it.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. That's my old house right there. And you should be able to get to it.
No.
Back where our land was, and Daddy had a big barn,
Oh, okay.
but that's the house. And that's the same patio cover and everything. I still got a bunch of farm equipment.
So this is where you were born.
This is where I was.
There's somebody over here.
That's fine.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna ask him if you know.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, I can just look at it. Yeah, we had a big farm. Oh, it looks smaller than it used to.
I know, right? I bet.
Just drive. Yeah, it's somebody's there. Good. It may be somebody that I know. I just don't.
So this is your.
Yeah. He's gonna say, "Who is it?" Hey, I'm Glenda Marshall. This is where I grew up. Yes. I was actually born here. This is on Woodall Place. What's your name?
William Bullock?
Yeah, Bullock.
Yes, ma'am.
You related to the Bullocks and Pinker?
Man.
Are you one of the boys?
I'm Ronald's nephew.
Okay, yeah. I know
Second
Ronald.
cousin.
Ronald, I used to pick cotton together. But this is where I was born.
I didn't know that, man. I was raised here myself, you know.
I know. You were raised here?
Yes, ma'am.
You see, Daddy sold this about, it was after 64, so because I got married in 64, so he, about 10 years after that, he sold it.
My daddy bought it in 77.
Yeah, that sounds
That's about right. That's
yeah.
about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there was one fella in between.
Yeah.
There was a Bob somebody. Bob Nichols, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Uh,
Is that your daddy?
no, man. My daddy passed away about 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I told him, I said, I think that's the same patio cover and everything.
Everything
Yeah.
is probably still original for the most
Yeah.
part.
Are y'all living here?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Is this just where you keep your farm equipment?
Yeah,
Y'all farm?
we do.
Yeah. Well, we used to have a big barn, and
Beautiful. There was a pond there.
Yeah.
Where that's at, where all that farm equipment was at.
yeah,
I know there was a line of some type of bushes coming off the back edge of the house. I mean, it was a really pretty place.
yeah, it was. It still got that W in the fireplace?
It does.
Yeah. Can I get out and take a video of it?
You can do whatever you like.
Okay, he's got a.
Oh wow! Yay! Thank you.
He said, we're going to go do what you want to do. I said, I want to go see where I was born. He was a pig farmer and was known for his sparrowing the pigs and the people from rolling over on each other.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's just go around into that, where that W is on that fireplace. It's the main thing I remember. There was a mimosa tree there we used to swing in,
Yeah.
play up in. That was the living room. That was the dining room. That was the bathroom. That was Laverne's. Everybody's bedroom right there, the boys.
Right.
Yeah. This is a nice house for it's big nice picked up. We used to hide eggs. The road's gone.
So yeah. So that's. I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they used to go hunting back in there. They have it for a lot smaller than I remembered it. But back then, you know, the day I got married, Mother wouldn't let me do anything. She did every bit of it. This was Mom and Daddy's room. This this is my room. And then we built on this den. That was all we were able after Nita had her clothes.
Yeah.
Then I remember Kurt saw her window unit right here. That was probably for the potatoes and onions. Quick potatoes.
And so this is the backyard and the back porch.
Yes. And Mother would drive that Pinto Ford. I think that's what it was. Under here. And down here. And a smokehouse right here that Daddy used to cure the pork.
Yeah.
And Mama would clean the chitlins right over here and under the shed. So where do y'all live now?
I live at the front of the subdivision.
Okay. I told Andy, I said, William, I said, I don't know anybody that lives there, but I knew they had paid it. Over up the road. And Daddy had 3 ponds.
He had 3 here?
He had 3. He had one right down there.
Hey, I'm William.
One in the next.
Will. Nice to meet you, William.
Yeah, that was my daddy.
Okay.
You remember him?
I've heard stories
Oh,
about him
yeah.
all my life.
Yeah.
Paul Woodall?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's my daddy.
I worked with him a while.
Yeah, what's your name?
Wayne Smith.
Yeah.
I worked with him when he was running the Showers Hog Farm over
Oh my Lord, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when I remember. That's when I remember. So what do you remember a story about Paul Woodall? Do you remember, anything?
No,
No?
I he
just
was a
remember
good
the
boy
name?
to work for.
There you go.
He was a fine man, I tell you. He believed in working.
No.
I mean, if you ain't got something to do, go move a fence.
Get something done.
Get something done.
Well,
He came in the house and
You didn't run out of work away with them hogs.
Get up,
Yeah, right.
fold it up, or you go start supper.
Help your mom.
Just do something. He was not.
Did he have farrowing barn
Yes. he
along
did.
that fence line there?
Well, it was in that barn right behind our house. It was a big red barn, big barn. They probably tore it down the first people.
Okay.
And there was a cesspool.
Yeah.
They covered all that up. He was used to be on Gene Reagan for his farrowing. He's the one that built the farrowing pen so the sows wouldn't roll over on the pigs.
Yeah, he
He
got
was
them.
famous for that. Yeah. And he went on Gene Reagan a lot. That talked to him about it. But yeah,
When my daddy first moved out here, he raised quite a few hogs and
Yeah.
cows.
and then we had, road that went on to the back of our land. And I was telling him about my brother was too young. Donnell was too young to be picking nuts or peanuts or whatever, and he would lay on the dog at the end of the road while we worked, and then I'd have to come home and fix lunch because Mother was working and fix lunch, and then I'd ring the bell when it was ready, and then they'd come home and eat. They'd take a nap. I cleaned up the kitchen, and then we went back to work.
Doesn't look like much now,
Right?
but it could be nice.
Oh yeah. Well, Mom says how she remembers the place a lot bigger than it is, and all that stuff. It's really wild how different houses and homes hold your heart, right?
It really is.
Yeah. And as you see things like this decline and begin to decay, and you look at the monetary amount that it would take to just fix it back up to its once glory, it's like, oh wow.
What is her name?
Get the house in the background a little bit.
Like this.
There you go, perfect.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that. It don't get no better than that. Okay, here we go. Photo, much love. One more time. Big smile.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have a good one.
Miss Martin, look, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
This is it, huh? The old dirt.
How about that?
Oh, yeah, that was a blast.
I'm telling you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I never found it in Britain. I just drove on back there and I saw it. But it's a lot smaller than I thought. Yeah, let's go eat some lunch. They'll be ready. They'll have it. Have some hot dog and some chips and a drink. Good sweet tea. Oh, that made my day, William. They live all the way around this circle to the left. I don't know if you've ever brought me up here before.
I don't think so.
So, I see what I want to make some pictures.
Let's.
The flowers still look good.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, I straightened one of them. This one of my neighbors here in Headland. Her husband died, but she's still living. Hey, good cemetery. And you know where M&P Surplus is where the hot dog shop is.
All right.
Right there. My Uncle Glenn used to live in the corner of this place, Daddy's brother.
Right.
And he fell at the gin and broke every bone. And I remember him laying up in a white house there.
Yeah.
And in bed with all kind of broken bones. You know, if you turn right, if you don't mind turning right, yeah, right here. And that's where my Aunt Pauline and them used to live. Where this, I think there's nothing there now. We used to get together here for. I got a picture of you in the front row.
Oh yeah.
And then the children all live around here. You know, and that's where Shirley lives. You go straight out and hit the main road, or you turn left and go back to the church. But all the kids just live right around here.
This is the Baptist church.
Yeah,
This is
that's
where
I got
y'all went.
married. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I went to church and got married. Shop right there in the corner of that next little box. There's M&P. They still have auctions and stuff here. Going to the Pinker Lunchbox.
Going to the Pinker Lunchbox. You ever been to the Pinker Lunchbox? Well, you're about to go to the Pinker Lunchbox. That's right.
Cash only.
Cash only. Cash only.
See who we see. Hey. Hey, how are you? Relationship with another man. We work together. I just usually get his facial.
Going to
on Current
Chalkhead
8 miles.
Baptist Church. What does that have to do with anything?
That's my grandmama and granddaddy's grave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mother and dad, my grandmother and granddad that I remember. But I remember both grandparents, mama's daddy, mama. I can remember going to Ozark, sitting on the side of the curb, eating a biscuit out of her biscuit cabinet. She had a glass, old-timey cabinet, and she'd have biscuits made in there. Always biscuits in there. And you know, Mother used to get up every morning and cook breakfast for all of us and make whatever egg we wanted
Really?
before she went to work.
There's the house
Yeah,
they
that's
retired in.
yeah. We ain't gonna stop there. And my cousin lives there, my first cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Evelyn. Yeah, but she won't stop there. We come back by there. Another thing I remember about growing up was Leon would always have a date. Nita would get the fan and have, so he came in, and then when he came in, he'd come get the fan from her, go put it on him to sleep. They had to have a fan on them. So Nita had it part of the night, and Leon had it part of the night. I used to spend a lot of time up that road with a friend named Jeanette. We rode horses back in the woods.
Yeah?
Yeah. Used to ride horses a lot. And they were talking about Shira Farm. When the Otts lived out there, I used to go visit the Otts. And we would ride horses. And then one day the horse ran away with me, and I kind of got scared of horses after that.
So we're going through Newton, Alabama. What do you remember about Newton?
Went to school there in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And then it was closing, so we went to go to Middle City. My brother Willie used to date girls from Newton, and Robert and Willie graduated from here.
Okay.
And Laverne, I don't think Laverne graduated, but he went to school there. And then Willie, my brother, had a store at the very end, a grocery store. And Laverne used to help him.
What Dad always called Klondike Hill.
Yeah. This is back when Daddy was
Yeah.
Daddy used to show us, and Andy might remember, but Mother was more in Ozark, but I think Daddy was out this way. After we all left, though, she would make cakes and take to the city. And she'd make cakes.
So what do you remember of being a teenager and having freedom to go around and, you know, being of a certain age? Do you remember times like that?
Yeah.
You know, you talked about getting in an automobile accident with your friend. You were a teenager then, right?
Yes. I was in the 8th grade.
Oh, 8th grade. Wow.
I was in the 8th, and he was in the 9th, but he came to see me because we already liked each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did you get put in the hospital or something?
Oh, yeah, I had a concussion.
Oh, really?
Me and Linda both went to the hospital 2 or 3 days.
Oh, wow. So where was the hospital at?
Ozark.
Ozark.
Yeah.
So you're a
Robert
kid.
took us.
Yeah.
Robert found us,
Mm-hmm.
picked us up, and took us to the hospital with got Daddy and Mother, and we all went to the hospital. I had a concussion. I was straight, all with hair here, all, and glass was in my wound. I got a big gash all the way through my eyebrow,
Yeah.
and yeah, I could have bled to death if Robert hadn't come on. I guess then lost the teeth. She didn't get beat up as bad as I did, but she missed the teeth and suffered from that now.
Oh, really?
But she never said anything. Coming home and having to do housework and all that stuff before I could even do my homework. Had to wash dishes and cook. Then I could do my homework.
Yeah.
So I always was late going to bed because I had to do my homework.
Turn
It had to be
right.
perfect.
One that had to be an achiever.
Yeah, I did. And I had to study hard to do that because my memory was, I had to depend on my memory, and sometimes it didn't work too good.
Yeah. So what was it like buying your first house and moving to Dothan?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, we just decided we needed to buy our own house, so we looked, and I think we found one for $13,000, $13,900 or something like that. And then Andy had to go up to Montgomery for a physical for the Army. Of course, he didn't pass because of his leg and his blood pressure. And so, but the man told us that we could go ahead and have the house, and he'd make sure we had the money every month to pay it. But they didn't take Andy, so we were able to get it without any trouble. And we were tickled to death to have that new house. We had a stereo, a sewing machine, and a piano.
I remember all three of those things, right?
Yeah. Some houses came down, and we went looking at this house over in Northside.
Yeah.
We decided to get that, and we sold our house. We bought it for $13,000, we sold it for $39,000. Well, then got the new job. We sold the house and the lake house the same day, right after we put it on the market.
Yeah. So that's where I took preschool as a kid.
Yeah.
A
2
little
years.
playground and stuff is still there.
Right, just like it was. I guess it's still in operation.
It had been done. It looks like it's been reopened recently with another congregation.
You and Charles went there, and I guess Todd too.
Oh, really?
In April. Yep. I remember when you was going to Cloverdale School, and you were supposed to forget something, but you wouldn't leave the school to come back home. You was afraid to. That was not one of the rules. Sick from COVID, I think. She died.
Who did now?
Karen, they lived right there.
Yeah.
The Rainies, and then Miss McNair. And your name, no, she died. But that's where McNair boys.
There's the old house right there.
I think it looks about the same as it did when we left. They added on.
Yeah, the shutter's even about the same color and everything.
Yeah. They added that on.
I would say we should probably go get us a milkshake somewhere or something like that.
So Jack's.
Jack?
Way on. Yeah.
It was so neat to pull up there at Papa and Granny's old house. That was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that really started the day, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had it was a mimosa tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, the front yard. And, I can remember so many times climbing up in that tree when I was growing up. And, it's always had a swing out there. We used to play Red Rover. When everybody come.
Yeah.
The parks kids used to come, and visit. And Colleen would come want a haircut by Mama. Some of them would come with her.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that. We've been trying to get everybody together, but they've lost some of the boys. None of the girls have died, but about 4 of the boys have died too, like ours.